Democratic South Carolina Congressman James Clyburn ruffled right-wing feathers by warning that Republican rule reminded him of the early days of Nazi Germany. Here's the clip.
I want to start here with some comments you made just a couple of days ago.
This is what happens in a country that follows what happened in Germany in the early 30s. This country is on track to repeat what happened in Germany when it was the greatest democracy going, elected a chancellor who then co-opted the media, and that's what's going on in this country. That is what will lead to the destruction of this democracy.
I completely agree with Representative James Clyburn. The writing is on the wall, and unfortunately, it's in German, circa 1933. It does America no favors to deny reality or soft-pedal the truth. Republicans are on the path to authoritarianism, if not outright fascism. You can't fight back unless you properly and specifically identify the problem and call it precisely what it is. And what the Republicans are doing looks like fascism. On Fox News Sunday, Shannon Bream questioned the Democratic House Majority Whip on his view. Thankfully, Clyburn did not back down or buckle and defended reality, telling it like it is.
Congressman, you've repeatedly made comments about Hitler, about Nazism, about Germany in the 1930s in recent years. You've gotten a lot of pushback from that, from Jewish organizations and others who say it belittles the suffering of the Holocaust, of the millions who were lost. Your response?
I've talked to many Jews. There are many Jews in my congressional district, and they are very supporters of mine. They know that this is the stuff that causes those kinds of deteriorations in democracy. This is not anything about how difficult it was. I talk about slavery and how difficult it was. But that to discuss the facts of what's going on here, election deniers, setting up procedures by which little committees by governors can overturn the results of election, to call the press the enemy of the people, to co-opt evangelicals. And I grew up in a Christian faith, in a parsonage, born and raised in a parsonage. I know a whole lot about religion. And I know there's always an attempt to co-opt religions, and that is what's going on here. And people want to deny it, that's fine. But the facts are very clear. I've studied history all of my life. I taught history. And I'm telling you, what I see here are parallels to what the history was in this world back in the 1930s, in Germany, in Italy.
One of the most abused bits of wisdom is Godwin's law. It asserts that if you mention Adolf Hitler or Nazis within an argument, you've automatically ended whatever discussion you're engaged in. Some will even take it further and declare that the person who makes the Nazi comparison has lost the argument. That's true if the person being accused of behaving like a Nazi or a fascist isn't one. It's never appropriate to exaggerate or smear someone. Throwing around terms like Nazi, fascist, or making Hitler comparisons also diminishes the memory of the Holocaust. So such combustible language should not be bandied about lightly. However, what happens if the person or party in question does hold fascist beliefs? What happens when you're arguing with real Nazis or those sympathetic of Nazi views? In that case, Godwin's law no longer applies and goes out the window. We can't be so careful to avoid using the label of Nazi or fascist that we inadvertently minimize and excuse the noxious behavior of actual real Nazis perpetuating and perpetrating harm on the American people. If the Republican Party does not like comparisons with fascism, they should stop acting like fascists. It's really that simple. They can begin by abandoning democracy-destroying election deniers. They can also stop denigrating people and scapegoating them, whether immigrants, African Americans, Jews, or transgender people. My message to Republicans: if the label fits,